Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of my pre-orders for 2023. Today we're going to be going over all of my resin pre-orders. This one I'm not going to be doing it by month because I already created a folder of each of my pre-orders categorized by their series. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I don't necessarily know when these come out, but if they're on this list, most likely you will see these on my channel eventually. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna start with my least favorite series to my favorite series. I guess we're gonna do it that way. I still love all of these series, but of course, if you have to rank them, this is how I would rank them. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with My Dress Up Darling. This is a series where I've only read the manga. I've actually did watch one episode of the anime, really enjoyed it, but I'll wait until the Blu-ray gets released to finish it. And I'm just gonna keep reading the manga, but I do really enjoy this series just compared to the other series on my pre-orders for Resins. This is definitely at the bottom. We just picking these up because Maureen is best girl. I do want to pick up a figure. It doesn't have to be resin, but in this case, I got the resins because I just really like the design. And the first one here is by Lemon Studio. Love the design. It's a little bit etchy because you can see through her shirt. It's also like NSFW, so you can remove all the clothes if you wanted to. But I will definitely be posing her with the clothes. She's wearing just her standard school outfit. And this actually reminds me this actually reminds me of the Chizuru that I showed off from Good Smile Company in my PVC pre-orders, where she has that nice little hip swing. I like that pose. It seems to grab me every single time. But yeah, she also does her signature pose with her peace sign. So yeah, I like it. So that's why I pre-ordered it. The next one here is her in her demon outfit. I know she's doing some sort of cosplay here. I don't know who necessarily because I haven't read up to this part of the manga. But this is also by Lemon Studio. I decided I'm just going to stick with them. I seem to like their designs. There was another Demon Marin that was recently like some production photo shares, and I think I like that one a bit more than this one. So now I'm a little worried because we still haven't seen any production photos for anything from Lemon Studio. So this is a brand new studio, so I'll let you guys know. When I get her, I will definitely be putting a video for that. So if you guys want to check that out and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you guys can check out when I get these Marin figures in. That's it so far for My Dress Up Darling. Like I said, I'm probably most likely at some point gonna get a figure of Maureen wearing each of her cosplays because she does have quite a bit of cosplays, but I think she's a fun character to collect figures for. It can be expensive, but when you have them all, it's gonna look nice, I think. So all right, moving on, I'm just gonna go with my other pre-o. I put statues in here where I only have like one pre-order for a specific series. So right now I have one Chainsaw Man and one Made in Abyss figure on pre-order. Not necessarily, these are actually amongst my favorite series, especially Made in Abyss. That's probably like in my top 5 anime of all time. But the only reason I'm showing off others here is because I only have one statue for each of these series. So we're gonna start off with Chainsaw Man, continuing with the Zhao Hao line, which if you guys see right here, we got this Makima from the same studio. Love this figure. The face was a bit off, but overall, I freaking love this figure. Definitely one of my favorites in my collection. And so I'm gonna keep going with Zhao Hua Studio and this power. I love her pose. Yo-Yo Studio, they're also making Chainsaw Man statues, and I think I like their quality a bit more, but I do think Zhao Hua has the better designs, like better concepts in my opinion, because I love the way Power's pose looks here. I love that you can actually see her scythe, whereas in Yo-Yo Studios, it kind of gets lost in all of the blood and all, like it has all of the same type of colors in the figure. So I went with this one. I think I'll be happy with it, so I can't wait to get this one in. Let me know what you guys think though. I'll put a picture here, a comparison between Zhao Hua Studio and Yo-Yo Studio. Let me know, which one do you guys like better? And then moving on, we have a holy grail of mine, guys. I was actually able to get this one for retail price by somebody that let go of their pre-order. Now I'm just waiting for Figurama to release this one. Apparently they've been having a lot of production issues in 2022. Hopefully in 2023 they start to fix that. I have seen they've been doing a lot more production updates in the past month or so. So I hope that means that we will be getting Rico and Reg, the Elite Diorama statue by Figurama, pretty soon in early 2023. Very excited about this one. This one will definitely be a centerpiece in my collection. All right, next up, we're moving on to Pokemon. Yes, guys, remember when I used to say I would never get into Pokemon statues? Some of you might remember me saying that at some point. Well, after playing the recent Pokemon game, Pokemon Scarlet, which a lot of people seem to hate on, I personally love my time with that game. So I love my time so much with it that it made me want to get some resin statues for Pokemon. So I picked up a few. Let's go ahead and talk about them. The first one here, which actually will be releasing soon. We already got some production photos for this specific figure. We got Gengar, the Gengar Evolution line by Fantasy Studio. I personally picked up the shiny version. We got the Mega Evolution Gengar in his white form, his Mega Evolution form. I think it gives the statue a lot more contrast and you're not just seeing purple all over the place. So I'm very excited about it. It does also have some LEDs, so I can't wait to show this one off to you guys. Gengar is my favorite Pokemon, so I had to pick him up as one of my first statues, which yes, he was my first Pokemon statue that I picked up. Next up, after watching DTTC Reviews video of his pre-orders, he actually had this guy on pre-order and I had forgotten about it, but again, like I said, after playing Pokemon Scarlet, I actually had Tyranitar in my team. I freaking love this Pokemon, so I had to pick this statue up. So thanks DTTC Reviews for reminding me. It's freaking awesome. Look at it. We have Larvitar here, kind of have him mid-transformation into Tyranitar, and we can skip that ugly version in the middle, which nobody talks about, because yeah, I always dread that long process from evolving Larvitar into Tyranitar and that middle Pokemon, which I actually forgot the name of it. That's how much I dislike it. But yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I do hope that Moonshadow makes more of these because they're pretty cool. I like them. And when I decided to get some Pokemon statues, I knew I had to pick up an Ash statue, and thankfully this one was in stock when I decided to, well, not in stock, but it's available for pre-order when I decided to pick up more Pokemon statues, and that is Ash Ketchum by Egg Studio. In my opinion, probably the best Ash right now. There have been a lot of them kind of circulating around as of now, probably because of the hype of the series ending. Yeah, some of those other Ash statues are a little bit too crowded in my opinion. They feel like they have a little bit too much going on. I think this is the perfect balance. We don't have too many Pokemon on here, but we still have a good amount. We have the main starters. We have Charizard, of course, and we had to have Butterfree. Come on, who doesn't love Butterfree? Look, I just realized it's even wearing the scarf that Ash gave it when it flew away. Oh man, it's just getting me in the feels just looking at this statue. So yeah, I think this was the perfect Ash statue, and I can't wait to get this one in when it finally releases. As far as Pokemon goes, there's one more line from Egg Studio that I plan to possibly pick up. They just released their Blastoise. I'm just waiting for them to release their Charizard. It is a starters line, so the first one has Blastoise as the main final evolution Pokemon, but surrounding Blastoise are all of the starters, including Squirtle, for every gen of Pokemon. So I think that is an awesome concept, and I will most likely be picking it up. Right now I just haven't pulled the trigger, but as soon as I see Charizard, I know I'm gonna order both of those, and eventually the grass type starters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those as well. Consider that on my pre-order list as well. All right, moving on to Demon Slayer. We have two statues here. Both of these have had production photos released, so they should be releasing pretty soon. So expect these on my channel very soon, maybe within the next couple of months. But this first one here is Nezuko by Yo-Yo Studio, which Yo-Yo Studio is becoming one of my favorite studios. Anytime they release something, it's always dangerous because there's a high possibility that I might pre-order it. And this one, I went in a little bit later in the game, so I went up for pre-order. I waited like a few months, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-order it because I like my Yo-Yo Studio statues, and I like this Nezuko. I think they did a great job with her, especially with the production photos. I think she looks very good. And I definitely wanted a statue of Nezuko in her like adult demon form. I loved that scene in season 2 of Demon Slayer when she's beating the heck out of Daki, which that's exactly what she's doing on this statue. You can see Daki there on the floor. She's just stomping on her. I think it looks pretty cool. Was that panty shot necessary though? I don't know. but I like it. And then continuing with Demon Slayer, the second statue that I have on pre-order for Demon Slayer is Shinobu by Fantasy Studio. So I know a lot of people love Shinobu. A lot of people prefer her over Mitsuri. For me, I like Mitsuri better. I don't know, I just like the colors, like her personality better, but I won't lie, this statue is a beautiful statue. I love the wings coming out of her back, the pose that she has. It looks very elegant. I'm actually a little bit worried because I'm afraid some of these things might actually come broken in transit, but we'll see. Hopefully Fantasy does improve with their packaging because I have had some issues with them when it comes to statues. If she does come in perfect, she's definitely going to be one of the highlights in my Demon Slayer collection. So can't wait for her. She looks beautiful. Damn, moving on to Bleach. Looking at these 3 statues that I have on pre-order for Bleach, I'm very excited for each one of these. First up right here, just going off the list, whatever comes first, in no particular order. But we got Yoruichi by RD Studios. I have a few statues from RD Studios, and they're kind of a mixed bag for me. Like, there's some aspects of their statues that I love. Like, I think they do a great job with the character, their face sculpts, their body sculpts, and all of that. But I have had issues with their bases, both in Gon and Killua. I have no doubt that they're going to nail the face sculpt. I'm just a little bit worried about everything else. Also, the effects, there's a lot of thin lightning effects here, which could, again, come broken in transit. Thankfully, though, when it comes to them, I haven't really received any issues as far as packaging and statues go, so maybe I have nothing to worry about there. But the statue itself, love the concept, love the pose. Oh my god, this just looks, it's sexy, and I can't wait to have it in my collection. Moving on, again by RD Studios. This one, I don't really think I have too much things to worry about. It's a pretty simple pose. There's not too many crazy effects going on. This one should arrive in good conditions, and this does have some awesome LED on the base. We got Unohana here. She is one of my favorite captains, especially after reading the 1000-Year Blood War arc. She like went up there on the list as one of my favorite captains. So when I saw this statue, I had to pre-order it, and I'm so glad I did because from the pictures that I've seen, she turned out pretty good. So I can't wait to get her. Again, we should be getting her here in the next couple of months. And lastly, again, continuing with the 1000-Year Blood War arc, because regardless of what because I read the manga and I thought the 1000-Year Blood War arc was decent. What I loved about it, though, was all of the transformations that we got and all the big moments that we got with our characters. They didn't quite hit the landing, but they still had some very hype moments. So yeah, I'm going to be collecting mostly figures in the 1000-Year Blood War arc when it comes to Bleach. So this next one here is, spoiler alert, if you haven't read the manga, and I don't think they've shown this in the anime yet, but we got Saraki Kenpachi here when he activates his Bankai finally. And he looks like a beast. He looks like a demon, which really does suit him. If anyone's Bankai was going to make them look like a demon, Kenpachi was definitely the one to look like that. So I think it looks pretty badass. And yeah, I can't wait to collect more statues from Bleach from the 1000-Year Blood War arc. So stay tuned, guys. I might be getting more in 2023. This is just everything that I picked up so far for Bleach. Now moving on to Naruto, I have 7 statue pre-orders. Just because they make a lot more Naruto statues than they do for any other series. Although Bleach is kind of up there. They do make a lot of Bleach statues too, especially recently with the new anime. But first up here, we're continuing the Cartoon World Battle Damage line with Nagato here. We actually have 2 statues that I have on pre-order from this Battle Damage line. The first one here is Nagato. Nagato's not one of my favorite characters, guys. I know a lot of people love him, but he's not one of my favorites. But when I saw this statue, I loved the concept, so I had to pick it up. I also love these like dragon effects that are going on around him. I don't know where that comes from. It seems to be coming out from the Tintels, but I don't recall that from the anime, but I'm not complaining. I like the way it looks. And then possibly my favorite from the Battle Damage line so far, which also happens to be my favorite Akatsuki member, we have Kisame. Look at this, guys. We have sharks coming out and eating Kisame. This is when he sacrificed himself when he's fighting against Guy Sensei. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite, and I don't think there's gonna be another one to beat it in the Battle Damage line, at least. I can't wait to have this in my collection, guys. they did already release production photos of this one, so this one should also be coming pretty soon. All right, these next few, they're WCF scale, so they're tiny statues, but for the price, I think they're worth it. The first one here is Orochimaru, and we also got Tsunade. These are both from the Resin line. I already have Jiraiya. He actually is somewhere around here, so I might do an unboxing of him pretty soon, so you guys can take a look at these. But yeah, I'm excited to complete the line. I will just be getting those three. And then again from Stone Custom Studios, we have Sarutobi, and this is the third Hokage from their line. This is the line that actually goes in front of the huge Hokage rock that I showed off a few weeks ago. They are sending a replacement, by the way, so I should be getting that here pretty soon. But I already have the first and the second Hokage here. When I get the third, I will try and do a showcase of those three and put them in front of the Hokage rock if I already get the replacement at that point. But yeah, I'm excited to continue this line. Unfortunately, I don't know where to pick up the rest of the line because where I used to buy these from, Favorite GK, they actually took off Naruto from their website because they had a licensed studio attack their website, so they had to remove certain series out of their website. But yeah, I need to find another place to get these from because I do want to complete the line. And now moving into the big boys, we have, first up, we're going to start with this one first. We have Sasuke's Life of Sasuke's by Crescent Studios. There is also a Life of Naruto, which again, I do have. I just haven't unboxed it because of the whole move and I don't know where to put my Naruto stuff right now. But I'm excited to put this one next to my Naruto because I think they would look great together. And I just love these concepts. You have every single big moment from Sasuke. We have him when he's a teen, to when he joins the Akatsuki, and then when we have him as an adult as well. And I actually like this one a lot more than Naruto's because we actually have the Indra's Arrow Susanoo right there in the background. So this will be my second Indra's Arrow Susanoo in my collection, and I'm not complaining. I freaking love that Susanoo. So yeah, very excited about that one. And finally, we have our second Figurama statue that we're going to be getting in 2023, and it is Naruto versus Pain. This is possibly the biggest fight, the biggest moment in all of Naruto, so I had to get a statue of these two facing off against each other, and I think Figurama did a great job. I know some people have had complaints, but I've personally had two Figurama statues. I love their quality. I love their textures as well. Some people complain about the texturing. I think it looks good. I like it. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. I already have it paid off. All I need to do now is just pay for shipping once it is ready to ship. So I'm looking forward to this one, and I can't wait to show it off on the channel when we finally get it. And moving on to my favorite series, you guys already know, it's Hunter x Hunter. And for Hunter x Hunter, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statues. Not quite as much as Naruto because again, Hunter x Hunter actually gets very few statues announced nowadays. I wish, I don't know why people aren't into it as much as these other series. To me, it's the best shonen anime out there, and it's even better than in like other anime outside of the shonen realm, in my opinion. Thankfully though, we have Hunter Fan Studio who is knocking it out of the park with their Hunter x Hunter statues. I've shown off a few of their statues here on the channel in the past. You guys can check them out. Keep my Hunter x Hunter playlist linked up here somewhere so you guys can check that out. But we have a few Hunter x Hunter statues on pre-order here. The first one is KiJugo versus Yuppie. Yeah, we'll go with Yuppie. I think this is the first of their like versus line, so I can't wait to see what they do later for versus. I'm hoping that they do a freaking Kurapika versus Ubo again because Hex Studio just put theirs out for pre-order. But for the price and the quality from what I can see from the pictures, I honestly don't think it's worth it. So I'm hoping Hunter Fan Studios would recreate that scene as well at some point. So I'm very excited for Hunter Fan Studios and what they might be coming out with here in 2023. So if you guys don't want to miss out on what statues go out for pre-order for Hunter x Hunter, make sure to check out my Discord. All the statue announcements are always shared on my Discord. And the second statue that I have on pre-order from Hunter Fan Studio is their Meruem and Kumogi playing Gunki or Go? I forgot what it's called, what they're playing, but I love this moment in the series, and I think technically this is also part of their versus line because they're technically battling it out in their minds. So yeah, I think it is part of their versus line technically. So yeah, I'm very confident that Hunter Fan will nail both of these statues, so I'm looking forward to both of them. And then moving on, we do have some WCF scale statues, which I don't know if this line got canceled because I haven't seen any more go up for pre-order since these two, but I hope they continue it because this was gonna be the start of my spider line. But here we have Finks and Nobugana. I think they look pretty cool. I don't know what happened with this line, but I really hope they do continue and put out more on pre-order. Thankfully, Favorite GK hasn't removed Hunter x Hunter from their list, so if they do put more up for pre-order, we can expect to see them on Favorite GK. And then finally, I've actually been waiting for this one like probably for 2 years now. I've had it on pre-order for the longest time, but Oniti Creations has been notorious for delaying their statues and taking forever to release them. So who knows, they may not even release in 2023, but this is another one that I'm a little bit worried about not actually getting where I initially pre-ordered it from, because I got it from a pretty sketchy site run by this pretty sketchy YouTuber whom I won't mention. But if you know, you know. And I'm keeping my pre-order because I pre-ordered it a long time ago, and it was, by the time that the whole controversy with him happened, it had already been past the 6 months that PayPal usually gives you to put in a claim. So I'm risking it. We'll see what happens. If I get an invoice when this one comes out, I will pay it and see what happens. At that point, I'm gonna wait another 6 months. If I don't get it within 6 months, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel it. But if I see it somewhere else for a good price, I'm also gonna be picking it up from there just in case, because I definitely want this one in my collection. It's one of my favorite moments in Hunter x Hunter, and I definitely want all of like the major battles showcased in my collection at some point. That's probably like my end goal as a statue collector, is to have all of my favorite battle scenes from Hunter x Hunter in the collection. I can't wait for that to happen. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for my resin statues pre-order. This is the second part of my 2023 pre-order list. Let me know what you thought about all the statues that I have on pre-order on the comment section down below. Let me know if I'm crazy. I mean, I know I'm crazy for collecting all the crap that I do, but I love it. I love collecting, so I'm gonna continue to do it. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video.